God, I love that. Hell.
Something new from Focus 3.
Welcome, everybody, to a wonderful, wonderful Monday afternoon or evening, wherever you are at. We're going to talk some Star Trek. We're going to talk some food. We're going to have a good time doing it. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another thrilling edition of 10 Forward. If you're here today, make sure you like this video and share it out to your friends so more and more people get to watch the good times that we're having here. Plus, make sure you subscribe to the Poindexter Lounge. Become a member. It's a good time. We always have fun. There's always good giveaways, good times here at the Poindexter Lounge. So come on down and have a good time. So, how is everybody doing today? Me personally, doing very well. We had an employee meeting this morning, so I jetted off to do that and then came back home and took a nap. Something I haven't done in a couple weeks just because we've been in the process of moving and haven't had time to kind of settle down for a little bit, which today, gave me that. So other than that, we're doing fantastic. Let's say hello to the chat. Empire Jeff says, okay. All right. Right. Dat Dude Vince says, can't wait. Got my alarm set. Well, I hope you come by, man. Always a good time when Vince is here. Let's see here. Aaron Pritchett. What's going on? I am doing well. I hope things are well for you as well. All right. Let's see here. You do suck. What's up? Brian and crew. Hey, man, what is going on? I sent a couple links out, so I should have a couple people joining me later. It'll be good. We'll be talking about some Star Trek that happened this week. We got another twofer, same for next or this coming week, so it should be really good. Star Trek is in a good place. Let's see here. That dude Vince, you're doing good. All right, man. Good to hear. Star Wars Politics says, hey, thanks for filling in for Enosh. I'm actually not filling in for Enosh. This is my show on Enosh's channel. This is part of the Poindexter Pantheon, something that we're just getting started here, where it's a group of us that are on his channel putting up some shows. So there's going to be something good coming out for everybody here on the Poindexter Lounge. One right after another. So just stay tuned and get ready for the fun because it's going to be fun. And yeah, what is up? So, like I said, this week we got a twofer, a Star Trek. Star Trek Discovery is almost wrapping up its fourth season. We're one more episode away, so I'm excited. This week, episode 10C, or Species 10C, it was pretty good. I'm interested in seeing how they're doing the communications between Species 10C and then talking with humanoid species. It's very interesting because of how they do the with lights, light patterns, and the pheromone pattern type thing that they give off with the biomatter. It's really interesting to see how they're doing it, and I love the fact that it's not like it's science. That's Star Trek. It's really, really good. Oh, well, nice to meet you too as well. I'll be here every Monday at 5 o'clock Pacific, dishing Star Trek, and every once in a while we'll talk some food. Like today, we're going to be talking one of my favorite types of meal setups, which is a potluck. I think, yeah. So it's always a good thing to do, especially even coming up when we talk about that. I might put a link out and see if anybody wants to come on and talk some of their favorites when it comes to going to a potluck dinner, because it's been a long time, and I love potlucks because they do so many things like bringing people together and all that good stuff. But before we get going, my first guest here tonight, y'all know him, y'all love him. Chris, Bipolar Nobody. What is
made it.
up, dude?
I made
Heck
it.
yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming.
I literally just pulled in the driveway, man. I was like, look, you sent me that thing and you're like, hey, in an hour. I'm like, cool, man. Nobody needs me. Boom, I got a text message from my mom. And I'm like, oh shit. She's like, yeah, listen, your dad went to the grocery store. Something's wrong with the car. Can you please? And I'm like, the good news is my parents only live 4 blocks away, and the grocery store is only about 8 blocks away, So I shot over there, and it's a funny story because my dad, for their 35th anniversary, their 35th anniversary, they just hit their 48th anniversary. Anyway, they got a vanity item, a 25th anniversary Z06.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a
beautiful
piece of shit, bro.
Oh, damn.
It is an absolute piece of shit. When it runs right, it'll never see another set of taillights. It's that good, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But when the littlest thing can make this car so temperamental, like the key wasn't all the way back.
Oh, Jesus.
So you couldn't pull it out. Or it got stuck right here, so it drains the battery. Like, it's that temperamental, dude.
Well,
little shit like that.
GM lock cylinders are a piece of junk.
It drives me crazy. And my dad will be like, I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, you're the mechanic. You know what I mean? You taught me, and you don't know how to do it. Here, watch. Click, 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 click. See the lights come on? See the lights off? Make sure the lights are off before you put the fucking key out. It's that simple.
There you go.
But
that's one of the things. Like, I've always had problems with my vehicles, but I've also known how to like maneuver around those problems and make it to where it's not an issue. So it's like, I think it's like a mechanic thing. It's like, you just got to slap the side of the car. It'll start just fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, like when he went out and spent $1,000 to have the bypass chip installed so it wouldn't stall out at 135. And I'm like, you bought the car for mom. She's never going to go half that fast.
Please don't.
Why would you put that in there? Like, but he doesn't, my dad, man, he's a muscle car guy, man. Born and raised. So that used to be my
Gotta
job.
go fast, man.
That's what he did for a living. He would take old, restore it, resell it, like Monster Garage with all the monster stuff. He would take a car and redo it, and that's what he had me doing for a long time. And then that led to me doing airbrushing work. Well, it started with pinstripes, then it went to airbrushing, then it went to me designing the wraps. You can wrap a car now.
Oh yeah.
It meant for me designing those wraps on that computer to just, I don't know, somehow I became a tattoo artist.
Hey, honestly, one leads to another. I mean, it's all art in one way or shape or form. It's just the canvas changes,
But as I crack open my Pipeline Punch Pink Monster, I hope I'm not too late. I'm on
just
episode
started.
9 of Picard. It got much better.
Absolutely.
I still think the mad scientist evil Data is gonna fuck him over somehow. Something's coming. She just did the mind meld. An android did a mind meld, and I went, what?
Right. I was like, okay, all right, okay. I don't know how that works, but all right. No, I liked my favorite episode. You probably just watched it. What the hell was it called? Nepenthe?
That's like episode 7, I think.
Yes, it was the episode. It was the episode where they went and visited the Rikers, and that episode right there got me with the feels hard, just because Commander Riker is my favorite first officer in Star Trek. Just period. I mean,
with or without the beard?
With the beard, preferably.
Yeah.
He looked kind of weird in the first season, baby faced.
It wasn't until he got that beard that Diana was like all macking on him, going,
True.
I couldn't date a chick like Diana Troy. I don't want a female that always knows what I'm feeling.
Right.
And can I don't want that. I don't want that,
Yeah. Well, not only that, but they had a bond that was stronger than that. You know, their Imzadi bond was like she read him more than she read other humans. So
I
it's
always
like,
wanted them to kill her off, man. Not in a
I,
mean way, like in a that would move the story forward big time.
I marked out hard when I met her, Marina Sirtis. Yeah,
Does she
hard.
really have that accent? That weird.
Yes. Well,
Oh.
not that one. You can kind of hear it more in the movies. She's British, not Mediterranean. So like she tried the Mediterranean accent during the
With a
original
British
series.
natural accent. That's why
Yeah,
it sounds so different.
it sounds so weird because it's like she uses a different accent when she does it. But after the movies, she drops the
What
accent.
you
So
eating, fatty? he walked through with all look. He walked through with a whole bunch of food. That's my roommate, Maverick.
But no, I was just gonna touch real quick on Discovery this week because I want to do next week. I want to do a season wrap up because we have one.
I
more
enjoyed
episode
this
left.
week, but the reason I don't watch shows like as much as I love Ridley Scott, I'm not gonna try to Raised by Wolves. Like I've always told you, some things are a little bit too science fiction-y.
Yeah,
Discovery
I was like,
goes there sometimes. It makes it too weird. This thing
they really
they
did
were
this week, like
trying
with the
to
communication. Yeah, it
the
was like
communication through emotions, but emotions have a code. Like what the?
a light code to him. It was
I'm
like
like, dude. Not to mention, all you did was rip off Close Encounters, and then
that's what I was thinking.
all you did was rip off Close Encounters and then put emotion in it. But because I mark out so hard for Michael and her character in this series, I'm gonna let it slide. But that's kind of two bad episodes in a row, you know.
Yeah, they do have that tendency,
I mean,
unfortunately.
I won't call them bad episodes. I'll say last week's episode barely held my interest.
I just
this
hope
week's episode I really enjoyed, but it was so hard to follow.
a lot of people staring, dramatic walking this week.
Hey, she didn't cry in this episode, I don't think.
Very
no, she
true.
did. Did she cry?
I don't remember.
She did cry. She started crying when she was talking to a crazy tall dude. I always say his name wrong.
Oh, that's right. Saru. Yeah.
Saru, yeah.
That's
he
right,
had to
she did.
comfort her again. That's
Damn it.
I don't mind though. I don't mind a Star Trek where they have a lot of emotion involved. I don't mind it.
That is true.
You know?
One of the parts I really liked was Tig Notaro when she got held captive on Book's ship.
Why didn't you tell me my house was so messy? That's it. I turned my camera off. I forgot I had laundry over there. Everything else is clean, but I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
you.
if I pan down, it's the same situation.
I'm so wired from going to my parents. And oh no, here one more quick story before we go back into Star Trek because I want to stretch it out. I love this is my favorite time of the week, Mondays. You know why? I don't want to fire no shots, but just trust me. We're talking about different stuff. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll say it like that. There's so many topics we could talk about today, and I know, and I love Max. I fucking love Maxie. But the minute we get in there, it's gonna somehow turn into, yo, man, I heard Affleck's coming back. Like it's gonna be 3 hours of that.
Yeah.
But check it out. So they call me. GameStop calls me. We got your K2SO in. You know how long I've had to wait for a K2SO? How hard they are to find?
That's got to be a tough one, especially with like anything Rogue One, really.
So, I'm like, oh my God. So I drive the 45 minutes there. I get there and it's an Imperial Pro droid. It's not even K2SO.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I was so mad. So I got mad, right? And I was like, this is not what you said you had. I just took 45 minutes. What am I cannot believe you called me. And they're like, oh, we're sorry. Do you not want it? I'm like, well, no, I want it, but I'm so mad. So dude, I just realized all you got to do is literally say, Chris, come to our store. We got a new Star Wars toy in, and my dumbass will buy it.
There you go.
And I still don't have a K2SO. And I love the actor that played him. I'd like to see him in some Star Trek.
Steve the Pirate.
Yeah, I really love. No, he was so good in Doom Patrol. Put him in some Star Trek. Make him a villain. He would be a good villain, like a seasonal villain, not an episodic villain.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be like on tier with like Rainn Wilson's Mud, something like that. That would be pretty good.
That's one of the things I really love about the show is that you have
To get Alan Tudyk.
It's episodic, but you have a backstory that's flowing at the same time. A lot of Star Treks, you don't have that. You don't have that with the Next Generation very often.
Oh yeah, that's very true.
It's very episodic. You know,
they really didn't do that until Deep Space Nine. Really,
Deep Space Nine and what's the one with Scott Bakula? Enterprise.
Enterprise, yeah.
Which I've never watched before, but I kind of want to watch it because I guess that's the birth of Warp.
Yeah,
that makes me want to watch it.
Well, so. it kind of it deals with like it's humanity or it's not the Federation yet. It's humanity's first deep space ship that is capable of like Warp 4 or something like that, and
it even looks cool too. It's not a bad looking.
The NX-01 is beautiful.
Yeah, and don't think I don't be paying attention to like the Easter eggs that you can find in Discovery. They're on like the 6th Voyager now. They're on the Voyager E or something like that. And I also heard them say literally on one of the episodes that the USS Janeway was docking. And I was like, that's awesome. That's a cool Easter egg. That's my favorite captain.
Yeah, that's what I really enjoy about these shows. That they kind of do callbacks to the previous material, as it were. Let's see. And I didn't like the Earth's ambassador. I thought that was terrible.
Yeah, and they're vilifying her, and I understand her side. I really do. I would be very scared. We've seen what this race can do, this species. You know, it's not like, hey, we're going to mess up a little bit of your fleet. This shit takes out a quarter of the galaxy every time it explodes, man. It's ridiculous. Like, or a ninth or something. They said a ninth. It would take out the galaxy if they did that 9 more times. I think they said that it would wipe out all the habitable planets or something in 9 tries. That's crazy. It can move. It can move. What is it? 100,000 light years or 1,000 light years?
Yeah. 100,000 light years
per jump. That's ridiculous.
Per jump. Yeah,
that's ridiculous. And we still don't know what it is. And I really thought last week we were going to find out what it was, Brian, and they still haven't told us what it is.
Nope. They just kind of left us dry. I hope next week we get to find out. That's why I was like, I'm waiting till next week till we do the final, wrap up of the season, because the last episode's next week or this week. So,
Chewie, would you chill, man? You little. Oh my God. She's fixed, so I know she can't be in heat. Plus, she's 3 feet taller than him. He can't get in there anyway. Knock it off. I'm trying to talk Star Trek here, you little furball.
Right. Well, funny you mentioned.
Here's what I hope it is, Brian. I hope it's a giant, like, species of like, not to go Star Wars, but something like a bunch of crate dragon motherfuckers, right? And since here's what I think they might do anyway, since it's emotion. Stop messing with the code. Who's the one person on your squad that can talk to animals?
True.
Maybe they could work that into the story.
Yeah. No, that would be, oh man, that would be awesome. To where Book is the one that can actually do the communication.
And that's his way of redeeming all the bullshit he's been on this season, because he's been on some bullshit this
season. Yes, he has.
Man.
Oh man, this whole Tarka thing, and then Tarka turning on him like we all knew he would. He just didn't see it coming.
And the worst part is, I understand where the Earth ambassador is coming from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
even though in my little tiny pea brain, like when I started watching Picard, I'm like, what the hell's Picard doing in France? Why is the planetary ambassador got a British accent? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe because there's more to Earth than just America, Chris. You xenophobic fucker. Like in my head, I had to literally, you know what I mean?
Same way.
I'm like, why am I getting angry? Because I'm like, wait a minute. It's not just because it's Starfleet's in San Francisco doesn't mean you can't have an ambassador for the planets from another continent. Or what is wrong with me, man? But like, so I'm watching it, and then I'm like, why is Picard in France? This is a bullshit. I didn't sign up for France. And then now I get it. But here's the thing, Brian. I understand where all 3 of them are coming from. I understand where Book's coming from. I understand where Tark's coming from, and I understand where the American ambassador is coming from.
Yeah. Well, it's like they all have very clear motivations, and that's something like that's been missing in certain aspects of Discovery, unfortunately. So like just seeing that alone, the growth that the show's been under. Like, it's definitely worth a watch. For
I
anyone
can't
who
believe
hasn't.
people shit on this show.
Yeah, well, I think what it is, honestly, it's the YouTube thing. It's the
I do. You know what else I think it is? I think it's because you got the two little non-binary, very androgynous couples. You know, whoever, whatever they are. I always forget her name. And then they made a body for the other one.
Oh
Okay?
yeah.
Then you got the engineer who's
tall,
who's a lesbian, and then you got the main science officer and the main doctor. They're married. Look, I don't give a shit if they're gay or I don't care if they have sex with this species 10C or whatever it's called. I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck
Right?
about sexual
Yeah.
preference. Give me
That's
a good story. And every season of this has had a good story. Every
True.
season.
This is true.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Krypton? What did you think of Discovery this week, man?
Awesome.
Right?
But
I'm just so
Picard
Picard was way better.
Like, what?
Did you watch? Are you on season 2 of Picard yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
Picard.
sweet.
This episode of Picard was hands down one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite Star Trek episodes ever.
Ooh. Oh wow.
Ever,
Well, I'm
dude.
honestly fine. I'm absolutely fine with spoilers on Picard because I go back and rewatch them anyway because I'll fall asleep and then
it was really.
and I'll be like, Jerry Ryan, what the fuck is Jerry Ryan doing here? And then I have to
Right?
rewind back to the episode. I'm like, oh, cool. Okay, I get it. Because I'll fall asleep while I'm watching them. But this week's Discovery, I loved every part of it that I could
was great.
understand. All the parts I could understand. When they started decoding biological computer math for emotions, I was like, okay, this is getting a little too thick, man.
Little heady
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is a little. You got to be an egghead for this shit, bro.
Yeah. Thank
I
God
want to watch. I don't
understood
want to
exactly
watch
what it
engine.
was.
I want to watch I want to watch space engineers. I don't want to have to be a space engineer to watch them.
You don't want to like look stupid. Think you're like an idiot while you watching it, right? Because it was kind of like sci-fi heavy, and I'm like, but I understood what they were doing. But
I don't know. I love this show, and I really like Picard. And here's the thing: I can catch myself going back and watching Picard 2 episodes. I can watch that episode, then go back and watch it again in case I missed something.
Yeah.
You know, it's really good. I don't know. Plus, he's just always been such an icon, dude.
No, but it was so good because that whole like that Picard that was like evil as hell, and him having
the
to come to
general
terms with that.
Oh man. And then
Like evil or like evil.
Evil like
evil. Like he had a room full of heads.
See, that's cool. I mean,
Yeah,
Locutus
like,
was
he
scary,
was,
but a pissed off Picard, like from the mirror universe for what's her face? God, I always forget it. Philippa.
Oh yeah, Philippa.
Man, make a Picard like that,
dude.
No, it is true. The Phantom Menace did go after Star Trek first.
Yeah,
went
well, you know
after
who really goes
Discovery.
after it, but watches every episode, then talks about it.
Doomcock.
Oh no, worse. Yeah, Mecca the Hutt.
Yep. This is true. No, I like it was President Annika Hansen.
Yeah.
7 and 9 as the president. The fact that they're
They're working
going
with
after
a Borg.
Yeah, they're working with the
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Oh my God, her
This
name
is all
just
from
slipped
the
my
same
mind.
damn scene. What are you
Jerry
killing me?
Ryan ages so well.
Yes, she does.
She's still pretty. And that pissed off pilot that was in Starfleet with him, I love her. In this first season, she never stops talking shit. Like she will talk shit.
You're talking about Raffi,
right?
Raffi.
Yeah, Raffi, man.
Yeah.
She does not
He's
stop
awesome.
talking shit, dude. I love her.
I love Raffi. She was one of my favorite parts of the first season. Like, I was like, where have you been this whole time? Let's see here.
What episode are you on?
I am on episode 9. I'm one away from the season finale. It's a 2-part season finale, and the girl just did the robot. Suri, what's her name? Sejur. Her name's hard to say. The sisters, twin sisters.
Dodge and
they're named after flowers, pink and yellow.
Uh,
Well, now she's in her. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, wait, I thought she was dead, but apparently she's not dead.
No, she was dead. That was another. That was another copy.
Okay, so she is a copy, but she's got that Data bronze color to her.
You're talking about
and
the one
she
that
just
looks like
did
gold.
the mind
Yeah,
meld
that's
with her
not-
sister.
Yeah, that's not Dodge. That's another replica.
No, yeah, her name was Sojourn or something like Sojourn.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't remember her name.
Don,
But
yeah,
she just
Don,
did, and I'm
Don,
like, Brian,
Dodge
how
died
does a
in the first
robot?
episode. Yeah.
How is a robot doing a mind meld?
Hey, Sri. I don't. Yeah, like I don't know.
But I'm just like, fuck it. I'm along for the ride. I already know what season 2 has in store for us because people have told me. I understand it's like time travel. Everything's all whacked out. They're going. It's like Picard's version of Strange Worlds. So I'm in. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is so good. You gotta.
For a second,
You
I
only
was
have
like,
3 episodes to go, dude.
for
It's
a
so
second
good.
there, I was like, I wonder if Brian's laughing at. I wonder if Brian's laughing at this shit because you got a robot female Data doing a Vulcan mind meld on her so-called twin human sister. Like it's just like, I mean, I could suspend disbelief, but years and years have known about Vulcans. It's like you have to be so in tune with your emotions and your mind. It's an emotional thing.
Yeah,
Are
yeah.
these robots feeling emotions? Maybe that's what they're trying to say.
You know, no, they do feel emotions. They're basically they're AIs, so they're like
yeah, I know,
humans,
but I also saw the
but they don't
episode
know
where Data went crazy because his chip, he was getting drunk. He's like, "Yeah, that is awful. Give me another one." Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Generations.
Yeah, I remember that.
More, please. But no, this one, basically at the beginning of this one, Picard wakes up in an alternate version of his time where everything's gone to shit, and they basically milk it out of the bust of a Borg queen. They like remove the Borg queen from her body.
Season episode 1 is like they show up because there's an anomaly, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same queen?
Yeah,
I love that actress. I love that actress.
It's the Borg that wants to join.
Oh,
the
it's not Alice Krieg though. It's not.
She's
not
good in
the same
everything.
actress.
She was good in Deadwood. I mean that girl can act.
It's the Borg that wants to join the Federation, right?
Yeah.
So something goes wrong where they like, because I don't want to spoil it for you. Something goes wrong, and then they wake up, and then all of because you've probably seen the previews. All of a sudden you see Q, and Q's like, "Fuck you, motherfucker! I hate you."
It's
I
on.
was just getting ready to say something about Q.
Over, and you're gonna burn in hell.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say something because it's like, look, Krypton. Everybody bitches, and you watch the show. Everybody bitches about Starfleet. Everybody bitches about the Federation. But now the Borg even want to join. Q wanted to join. The Borg want to join. The Romulans at one time wanted to join. Everybody wants to join. They bitch about it, but they all want to join. Even the Klingons are part of it now. You know, it's like we're running out of people to go to war with, man.
Right,
you know who won't join? Species 987-3.46211 from Liquid Space, whatever that.
8472.
Yeah, dude, that was my brother's favorite. He's like, no, Chris, you gotta watch it. And he's like, it all comes together. It's called Scorpion.
Yeah.
Part 1 and part 2. And he's like, watch it if you don't watch anything else. And it was those 2 episodes that made me go all the way back to the beginning and go, you know what? I'm gonna try this Star Trek Voyager show. And I love it. It's my favorite one now.
That was the season 3 finale, season 4 premiere.
Because I didn't watch that much Voyager.
Oh my god, Liquid Space!
I had to wait like 3 months in 1990.
Yeah, this was like in the 90s, so
out.
it was like hard. They didn't have DVD back then.
No, you had to wait every week for it to come out on UPN.
Yeah, it was UPN.
Okay, it was prime time. It was on like what, Tuesday night or something like that. I don't remember. It was the same. They're known as the Udine in Star Trek.
And they gave it a proper send off. They gave it a proper ending.
That's
a
cool.
2-part series finale. You know, where old Janeway goes back into the past to save 7 of 9. It's a great show.
That's
but
awesome.
Liquid Space, I was like, dude, they're in Liquid Space because we are the Borg. We will add your boom, and the cube just blows up, and I was like, I remember watching the beginning of that episode, thinking, okay, who's that strong that they're just bitch slapping Borg cubes across?
And come on, you know that in the entire Star Wars, Star Trek, Dune, any space show, any space show, the Borg are the best villains in the planet, in the galaxy. The Borg, in the entirety of human sci-fi, the Borg are the Borg. And I love the Borg.
To answer your question, Star Wars politics, it's in the future. It's set in our future. So, there'll be times where like this particular show, Picard, is going to be going back to the year 2024. So that should be pretty interesting to see
that's gonna be
how.
cool.
Well, I know they brought Guyan back, right?
Oh yeah, Guinan
Oh,
came
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Yeah,
She was in the
Guyan's
first
for one
episode.
episode, and I
Episode one,
heard
yeah.
rumors they're gonna bring oh, who's the one that is coming back? Somebody from
They
the
got to bring
original.
everybody else though. They got to bring Worf back. They got to because he wasn't there. In, like because season one, we had Troy. We had was it Jonathan Frakes, his character number one. I was calling number one.
Well, I want to see everybody come back. I want Geordie LaForge. I want to see what
and
he's
we had
doing.
That's who it might be Geordie that is supposed to be coming back.
I heard some talk that Geordie would be back. So I don't know.
Cool.
We'll see. I will totally mark out when that happens.
What would be cool is if when the show finally ends, they have to like hijack the new Enterprise and be the crew one last
Because wasn't
time,
it
all of them together?
in '97 that warp technology got invented during First Contact?
According to them, yeah.
First
to their
Contact,
timeline.
yeah.
It was '97, I think, right?
Well, First Contact came out in '96.
No. I'm talking about what was the year in the movie that it was actually invented. I forgot. I forget.
In the show,
2063.
Yeah, it was 2000 something. The movie was in '97, I think. But
2063 was when.
Oh crap! You know, I haven't seen that movie in such a long.
They're
gonna go back
retconned it.
to 24 where there's no.
Yeah, before World War III, basically. Yeah. Well, it'd be interesting. I want to see how things fall off the rails, to be honest.
A lot of the stuff I don't know like that, Brian. If it was Star Wars, I'd be pretty deep into it. But like the extended lore, like I don't know what the Kelvin timeline is. I don't know what that is.
The Kelvin timeline is the timeline from the movies with J.J. Abrams.
Okay, that's what I thought. But why are they called the Kelvin timeline?
Because at the beginning of Star Trek 2009, the name of the ship that Captain Kirk was born on.
USS Kelvin.
USS Kelvin.
Yeah.
That was Thor. You know, it was Thor.
Yeah, that was Thor.
I remember going to see that in the cinema with my boy Rusty, and like the first 10 minutes, he's like, "Man, Chris, Star Trek got me in the feels right now, bro." Because Kirk's dad went out like Kirk's dad went out like a fucking G, bro. Like, I don't know what he thought he was gonna do to that Romulan ship.
Yeah, and
a little tiny thing.
And with that point, they destroyed Vulcan, which doesn't happen in the original timeline. The original timeline, Vulcan is still there.
In Discover, they drop little hints about it, though. They have dropped little hints, like like when that one girl came back from the future, and she looked at Michael and was like, "You have no idea what's coming for your people." You know what I mean? Like, but then later on, we find out Romulan and the Vulcans, which only makes sense because they are cousins, share the planet now.
Yeah, because the events that lead to the Kelvin universe are still canon in the normal timeline. So like Romulus being destroyed does happen. And that's why they talk about it in Picard a lot. First season, they're trying to do the reunification thing that Spock was talking about.
Yeah, because Romulus got destroyed, but not Vulcan.
Yeah.
But in the Kelvin universe, Vulcan was the one that got destroyed.
But because it got destroyed because Romulus got destroyed. He was mad. Yeah. What's his name?
Because Nero.
Nero was pissed, bro.
Dude, like Eric Bana was excellent.
Eric Bana did great in that. He did great. I really liked him as the Hulk too.
He was one of my favorite. He's my favorite Hulk.
Dude, and how skinny was this guy in Nemesis?
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Tom Hardy. How skinny
was
so
tiny, man.
Praetor Shinzon. Oh yeah.
Dude,
yeah, but you know what happened? They're like, "Hey, man, you want to fight Batman?" And Tom Hardy went, "Fuck no, I don't want to fight Batman. Give me some roids and I'll fight Batman." And Hollywood gave him some roids, and he fought Batman. Because I don't know how he got so big.
He got really big, yeah.
Let's see. Let's go right there. Just so
he was very young, though, very young at the time. You got to remember, 20 years later is when he did.
Oh, yeah.
Almost 20 years later. But this was what, 99?
2002.
2002. So 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years later is when Dark Knight Rises 2012, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, he really did bulk up for Bane. My gosh.
An absolute cinematic masterpiece.
What is?
Shut up, Krypton. I'm sorry. You're always trying to pick you and
No,
Anthony. I
asking
never know what The Dark Knight Rises is a cinematic masterpiece. I don't care what anyone says. And everyone's like, "Oh, Chris, it's
Okay,
trash."
I'm gonna be diplomatic now. I'm not gonna, like I said before, in that situation, I'm not gonna fight with anybody anymore
There you go.
because it's not my fight.
Best,
And I'm
best
getting
not.
upset for stupid reasons. And I'm not
Well,
gonna
you
do that
find
anymore.
like not every hill's a hill to die on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh,
You know.
that's if I was going to choose a hill to die on. It
I hope
first,
so.
sure as hell would not be The Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
Yeah.
It would probably be
I'm
something
good.
like where I get a lot of heat.
Like,
For I really like.
I will die on the Zack Snyder's Justice League Hill though.
Okay, that's not even. No one's even going to give you shit about that. That's a 4-hour epic masterpiece. You know,
Yes.
whether it's in the
Chris,
timeline or
why do-
canon
I
or
love
whatever
you,
anybody
man.
wants to
I love
argue
you,
about.
man.
It is great. I will die on the Into Darkness hill all day long. I don't give a shit. People get so mad. Even Brian. Brian's like, nah, Chris, the end. I ain't feeling it, man. It should have been Spock in the radiation.
It shouldn't have been
Kirk.
anybody dying. It shouldn't have even been Khan. They should have had an original damn villain. God dang. You have a whole different timeline to work with.
Right,
And-
but not everybody's as old as us. A lot of these kids today, Brian, they're not going to go back and watch Wrath of Khan.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
So they're never going to understand that was the most formidable foe the Enterprise ever went up against.
Okay, can I just say that like Gates McFadden's haircut in the movies was hella hot?
Yeah, but I like her with a curly hair better. I don't know why.
Dr. Crusher in the movies was bad.
Dr. Crusher was my favorite. It was my favorite.
Beverly. Yeah, Beverly Crusher.
Yeah, I had a crush on a Crusher before I had a crush on Troy.
I had a crush on the one
the
they
Argo.
killed. They killed her quick. I was pissed. I was like, why they kill her?
Oh,
Big black
jeez.
pile of goop. I mean, she was so open-minded. She even had sex with Data. You know?
This is true.
What was her name?
Oh, Tasha Yar.
Tasha Yar. Yeah,
Well,
back
to
at
be
the
to be
Romulan.
fair, she was under the influence when she
But
did.
I also heard she had a lot, like in real life, she was super hard to work with, and that's why they got her off the show.
Yeah, well, she thought she was going to be a movie star, and she ended up in Pet Sematary as the mom.
Yeah, with the
So-
eyeball juice coming out of her face. I hate that scene.
That movie, Pet Cemetery.
Yeah,
Those are the good old like times when like Stephen King movies were good.
I mean, it took balls to do what he did. I mean, first half hour of the movie, they killed off that little boy, a truck. It lets you. You're like, wow.
You're not wrong, Vince. You're not wrong at all.
No, it's not awful. What do you guys are so full
So,
of shit?
I wish Matt Smith would have been in there. No, I mean Into Darkness
RoboCop's
is-
in it. I mean, you
it's-
got RoboCop as a
it's-
villain, man. In a giant enterprise, like 10 times bigger than, like 4 times bigger than the. I mean, I always wondered why Starfleet didn't have a military division. They kind of were a military division in their own right, even though they were exploration. Yeah,
They were the military. It was like a military / exploration type thing. And it's funny because they make mention of that in Star Trek too.
And he was a horrible villain. He beams his daughter off, and he's like, "Listen, if it makes any difference, I was never gonna spare your crew. Okay, I'm gonna kill you and everybody else. War's coming, and who's gonna fight it? You." He's basically calling Kirk a pussy. Like you think you're gonna fight these Romulans are badass, or no, these dude, and they looked badass too, man. The Klingons. They looked real. I'm telling you, man. Zoe Saldana talked to him in that. Oh, she's in everything.
No, this is also true, Vince. When if you watch the episode, the movie that William Shatner made called Chaos on the Bridge, it talks about the first 3 seasons of Star Trek: The Next Generation, and Denise Crosby gives her reasons why she left the show. She would be the last person to leave the set, but she would have the least to do. So like she'd be standing at the console.
Yeah.
Well, probably.
Maybe they were dogging her, man.
Yeah, I mean, when you have an ensemble cast like that to try to give everybody their moment to shine in the first season of a show, I mean, I think she was being a little, I don't know,
arrogant. No, yeah, she had a little bit of narcissism to her.
Just a little.
And she did go out like a G, you know. Everyone missed her after she was gone. Everyone was sad that she died, you know. But at the same time, you know, the old episodes where you beam down 3 of them, you know, and then there's one ensign in like a red shirt, nobody knows. You know,
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
that dude's dead.
Yeah, that guy's not going to make it past the.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
the opening credits. He's gonna die right before they come on entirely.
Wasn't it? Yeah. See, comics and cinema knows what he's talking about, dude.
The Vengeance was
Cosmic and
pretty
cinema knows
badass.
what he's talking
I'll
about.
give you that.
It was bad.
The Vengeance was badass.
Just all gray and black metal. It was dope. Oh, we're gonna talk about food.
There were moments, and yes, we are. It's also something I've been thinking about as far as like Star Trek. It's kind of like a potluck right now, you know? Like there's a little bit of something for everybody. You know, everybody's kind of bringing a little bit something different to the table, and that's good. That's something to be appreciated. So I was like, you know, this is a food show as well, and one of my favorite things to do, especially during the holidays, is potluck. I mean, I've been to a bunch. Church potlucks are always fun. Camp out potlucks are amazing.
Those are my favorite, the camp out ones. My dad makes barbecue dumpling potluck.
Oh.
Yeah. And you're like, those are two words that should never go together. No, let me give it to you one more again. Barbecue dumplings. Bro. You ever had one?
No, but it sounds
There
amazing.
You go. It sounds awesome.
I love well, okay, so when it comes to like chicken and dumplings, I'm not the biggest fan of wet biscuit soup, but like, oh man, barbecue.
No, these are dumplings like Chinese dumplings with meat inside of them. You wrap them and then you put them in barbecue sauce and you cook them on the grill.
Okay, no, that sounds amazing.
And then you put them back into the soup, which is basically barbecue sauce, Worcestershire, the other things that I can't tell her, he'll kill me. But you know, I don't even know. My dad.
Sworn to secrecy.
No, it's that bad. You don't understand. My dad is in his late 60s, you know, and he learned a lot of Vietnamese secrets when he was over there serving, you know, in the Vietnam War. So he learned a lot of stuff and he brought it home with him, mixed some of his stuff with him, and he won't even tell me. I'm his firstborn, and he won't tell me, dude.
Oh yeah, no, she made Trekkies 1 and 2. I stood we were checking in at the Star Trek convention in San Francisco, and I look over to my left, and there's Denise Crosby. She was standing right next to me. So that was really cool. So I went to allrecipes.com and I said, what's the most popular potluck recipes? The first one is spinach and orzo salad.
It doesn't even sound good.
No,
I don't like orzo. So yeah, no.
What is orzo?
It's kind of like it's like a pasta.
I thought, it's like a pasta that looks like rice.
Pasta looks
Yeah.
like rice?
It's like a pot.
Yeah.
Okay, you ever had rice-a-roni? That's what.
Yes, they put orzo in the rice.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've gotten rice-a-roni.
Okay, I love deviled eggs, but bacon cheddar deviled eggs, that sounds amazing.
I don't know. I'm in, bro. I'm in.
Sign me up.
Sign me
Yeah.
up. Sign me up.
Me
Me and Brian will just be like on the couch afterwards, mad at ourselves. Like, why did we do that? We just gained 11 pounds in an afternoon.
and then you wait like 15-20 minutes and hit the dessert.
Yeah, right.
portion of
You
the
got to
table.
save your stomach for the dessert.
Oh,
You know, but
man.
you know what? I'm not a dessert person.
I am if it's a good
I've
dessert.
never had
And
the
my
dessert.
pop
I don't
always
like
says it's not a
candy.
real meal if
I don't
you
like.
don't
I
have
don't
to
like
take your
chocolate.
belt
I
off.
don't like desserts.
Oh, well, I mean, it depends on what kind of
No
dessert it
desserts,
is.
Krypton,
Sometimes
nothing.
No, like when I go to a restaurant, I don't ever ask for dessert. I rather get like a martini or something.
hey, that could be considered dessert too.
Yeah.
No, we'll actually like one of these days we'll do like I was thinking about like talking about drinks.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
So, well, what I want to do is pull up like the menu from Cork's Bar, and because they actually have like what those drinks are. I mean, yes, they're called Star Trek
You know
names,
how those.
but
You know how they are though up there in Zoo York. You're from Brooklyn, ain't you?
Who?
You.
No, I'm from the Bronx. I'm not from
Okay, well,
Brooklyn.
it's the same.
Fuck
It's
Brooklyn.
the same shit. I always get them mixed up.
No, it's not.
It's not. You know. I lived there for 2 years in Clifton,
Oh, you did? Awesome.
New Jersey. Yeah, I
that'd be
worked. I
fun.
worked there, and I worked on 105th and 5th.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I lived in Clifton or New Jersey for 2 years. I couldn't live on the New York side, man. It's just too congested, bro. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
People everywhere. But Brian, I'm not even kidding, bro. Like,
yeah,
if you
I could
even hit the
imagine.
brakes down by the USS Intrepid where they filmed I Am Legend. If you hit the brakes down there, if you're not paying attention, it's really like World War Z, man. 17 bike messengers will knock off your mirrors. It's bad, bro. And they can keep up with the cars. That's how low geared those bikes are. They can keep up. You could be doing 40 miles an hour.
It's
on the
awesome.
strip,
The West
and then
Side,
bikes will keep right with you.
The West Side Highway is awesome, dude.
Right?
What is that dessert right there we're looking at?
It's broccoli salad. I've had broccoli salad at a potluck before.
Yuck.
I've had it with bacon.
I mean, even that, though, I don't know if I could save it, man. It's broccoli, bro. It's supposed
Well,
to be
it's
hot and
cold
crispy.
broccoli.
There you go. There you go, Krypton. Look at that.
That I would eat because it's not really a dessert.
Yeah, that's a pretzel salad. It's kind of like an ambrosia almost. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I like it when it's like it has salt and when it's like
sweet
it has the
and
two
savory
balances,
kind of thing.
you know?
Yeah.
I love salt and sweet together. That's always
Yeah.
my thing. Or a little sweet with my heat.
Do you guys want to hear something really funny? Do you remember Ratatouille?
He gets the martini.
Yeah. Ratatouille.
Do you remember Ratatouille when he was eating like the fruit and the cheese together, and the explosion in his mouth?
Yeah.
I actually tried it because
I remember
never
it being rotten cheese
before.
though.
So I took the cheese
True.
and it had fruit with it, and I was like, "This is amazing."
Yeah, a lot of people. That's a Midwest thing. That's a
I went all in on it.
Cheese with our fruit all the time.
Yeah, you can actually get like
sliced apples with cheese.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then sliced pears with cheese, or you can get all of them together. You can get a fruit medley with a cheese plate. Yeah, that's a Midwest thing. We put our cheese with fruit all the time.
Grapes and cheese. Oh man, like a good cheese plate. Okay, you can never go wrong with potato salad.
Yeah, I love potato salad. Homemade potato salad.
But it depends. I do not want raisins in my potato salid.
No, but I will put raisins in my chicken salad once in a while, or apples.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I think with the chicken salad, I think it's better with craisins though.
We did it with craisins at
yeah.
Me and Brian just need to do like a whole show where we get our cameras ready and we cook something, man.
It's going down. Trust
it would
me.
suck though because I'm gonna eat what you make and you're gonna want to eat what I make.
Dude, this summer, like when we get the barbecue and everything set up and the grill, I'm gonna set the tripod up outside and we'll do a live stream from the barbecue.
That'd be awesome.
So is that true?
Should be fun. What's that?
Is that your comic? Well, because I heard Chris Pine's like really nice.
Oh, dude, that would be really cool.
Like he seems like that will sit there and talk shop with you all day long. He'll talk shop all day long. But I heard that from Kevin Smith, who I've met. So that's weird. Me and comic is cinema. We got 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon here because I met Kevin Smith and he's the one that told me about Chris Pine, how nice Chris Pine is.
Oh,
and he met Chris Pine.
Kevin Smith is a bucket lister. Like I would love.
Yeah, I don't care how woke everybody says he is or all that shit. I was scared for him when he had that heart attack. He's lost so much weight. He looks so good
Kevin
now,
Smith.
man.
He looks so good and healthy. I mean, I'm so happy for him, and God bless his daughter for hooking him up on that kind of stuff. So like Harley Quinn Smith, hats off to you.
I cannot believe he named her Harley Smith. That's crazy, dude.
Well, she was in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I liked her in Reboot. I never watched the other one with her in it. I don't care. I'm never gonna watch Yoga Hosers. I don't want to watch. What is it? Real like Nazis, but they're biscuits or something. I don't even know, dude. That's just too weird for me.
It was out there.
I wasn't a Tusk fan either, Brian. I didn't like it. I thought it was too weird.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I tried a little cayenne pepper in my potato salad last time. Oh my. Like,
yeah, or you know what else you can do if you've got one of those blenders, those bullet blenders, just one jalapeno, but grind it into like sauce to where it's like literally like relish. Yeah, and then mix it in there, and you'll get a little bit of heat, but it's not overpowering.
It's not that spicy when it goes in, but when it comes out, it's like your ass is like on fire.
We've all been there.
Basically. Yeah,
we've all been there.
Burning out the back door.
I had there's a really, really popular taqueria here in Boston. It's called Ana Taqueria, and they make and they don't really have that much chile verde over here in this area, but like in the West Coast,
all over the place.
It is the best thing on the planet. But they have this chile verde. It has like the 3 peppers. But in my mouth, it's not that spicy because I had chile verde, like really chile verde from Mexico, from like Arizona, they're making it over there. I remember.
I don't trust anybody from Arizona or Nevada.
I'm not from Nevada, so we're good.
Yeah, I remember having this chile verde
are you really
in
from
Utah,
San Francisco?
Right? No, I'm from California. I'm from A little town, probably about an hour out of Sacramento called Grass Valley. It's an old mining town.
But it
So like
sounds
when
like
the gold rush
so
happened,
laid back and
it really is. It's kind of like it was a retirement community there for a hot minute, and then it kind of turned into like this trendy hipster neighborhood type thing. So it's a nice little town. I like it. Plenty of rivers to go swimming in. Let's see here. Reaper sauce is crazy, dude. Don't
that
even
slaw
mess around
looks
with that
good,
stuff.
man. That slaw looks good.
Mhm. Oh, that's another thing I love at a potluck is coleslaw. Coleslaw is amazing. Hey, Jeff, what's up, man? Welcome. You're at the best part, the food.
See, you know what I love about people and I love about different cultures is like the fact that they show me other things that I've never eaten in my life. And I moved around. I mean, I lived of course, in New York. I was born and raised, but then I moved to Boston, moved to Utah. I lived in Georgia. I lived in Florida. I lived in Arizona, and the different type of cuisines. It's just so amazing. The different.
Well,
Like
they
I
got
learned
pepper
this
and stuff.
recipe, this Chinese recipe of of not honey chicken, of mango chicken, from
Ooh,
somebody that did it for me.
damn. No,
And
I
it's
agree.
so
You could
freaking good, and I know
you
how
could
to
take a
make
trip
it, which is
around the
really
world.
even better. You know?
Well, not only that, but I think that's cool that you have like the experience of living in different regions because different regions have different of the
Yeah,
United States alone have different foods that are influenced by the surroundings. Like,
yeah,
Southwest is always kind of known for more of a Latino flair, kind
yeah,
of
and the spice because like Dominican, I'm
Tex-Mex.
Dominican, and I'm Dominican, and we don't have spice on our foods at all. It's all
Yeah.
about seasoning with us, you know. So like going down to like the Southwest and tasting the seasoning plus the spice.
Oh
It's one of my
yeah.
favorite cuisines.
No, I
Mexican
agree
food is like
100%.
my favorite in the entire planet.
No, I can't go wrong. I just moved out to an area where like three out of the five places are Mexican places. So like the Mexican grocery store, which if you've never been to one, the delis in those are amazing. You can get some of the best carne asada
Yeah.
The
ever.
spice must flow.
Oh my gosh, dude. The spice is so good. And then there's like two taquerias down the road, plus taco trucks.
I'm so jealous. I need to go back. I need to move back to the West Coast, man.
It's the one thing I love about the
Boston
West
has
Coast.
its own kind of flair, though, doesn't it? I mean, they got besides the chowder,
Yeah,
you got other good stuff
they
there.
try too hard here.
I just heard.
Yeah,
I hate to say this
Boston is
because
mostly,
Saggy's gonna
like
get.
like shellfish, and I'm allergic to all that bullshit.
Yeah, I hate to say this because Saggy's gonna get mad, but I heard that like Boston is basically just Philadelphia light.
Well,
Oh, I
nothing
can
beats
imagine.
New York though. New York
Well,
has the best food
New York
in the
is literally,
planet.
if it is for real, the city that never
But
sleeps.
it's just too expensive, man.
I don't know. I went to where they filmed Spider-Man. And the pizzeria, Famous Joe's.
No. Well, that's different. I'm
I
talking
went
about
there,
like
and you can
actual
get like
real
a foot.
food.
Brian, they cut your pizza, right?
What?
Listen. They cook a whole pizza, right?
Yeah.
They cut it into 4 slices. That's it.
Oh,
They put
what?
across, and one slice is $2.
$2?
$2, and
Dude,
you can eat
there's a
outside
pizzeria,
right there on the strip in New York. It's amazing, bro. Looking at the skyscraper.
There's a pizzeria in the Bronx, and they still do this in certain areas. But in the Bronx, it's a pizzeria that the pie I think is like 22 inches
Oh wow.
or 24 inches. So you're getting about 3 slices in one slice. So they're like $4 each.
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, it's a Joe's Pizza, and I mean, this is thing, because normally as a New Yorker you get 2 slices because it's the pizza, but you only need to do 1 slice when we go to that place because it's like double or like 2.5 or 3 or almost 3 the size of a normal pizza slice, a New York pizza slice.
Yeah, I think they make Joe's on purpose then like that, but even though the crust is soft, so you can fold it. Everybody folds their pizza,
Yeah,
I don't.
I
So
so
good.
want to do that. I want that experience.
New York
one
is
of these days I'm
so
going
different.
I have to go.
It's
I've
another
been to the
world,
West
bro.
Coast big cities, but never the East Coast big cities. So
The first time I saw Times Square, dude, there was a painted just Wonder Woman. She was just painted.
Oh, what?
It was just paint. She had a leather skirt. Everything else was paint. She came up and hugged me. I took pictures with her. I got the paint all over my white shirt.
Nice.
I was so mad.
So she was
it was
naked,
a white
basically.
Slipknot shirt that I got at a concert, and when she hugged me, but it was so fun, man. They had you go there and you can buy a hoodie, you know, and the hoodies in New York, I don't know, they're like twice as thick. They're like twice as thick as a Carhartt, and I'm like, no wonder they cost $80, you know. But I got one for me and one for my daughter. Times Square is. I remember we're coming out of the subway, which I hated, and my friend Andy said, "Chris, whatever you do, keep your phone down at your side. Don't put your phone up in the air. Try to get pictures done." I didn't listen. I wasn't out of the tunnel 30 seconds and someone smacked my phone onto the ground on purpose. They got all the stores there. Yeah. No, Times Square.
Man.
But there was this dude playing like a bucket and tin pans and stuff, just like you see in the movies. And I was like, dude, this is incredible.
People busking.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy.
Oh,
No,
that's awesome.
this is how it goes. This is how it goes. And I'm gonna cuss here. This is how it goes. These people. Oh my God, New York. Oh my God, how beautiful it is. And this is the best thing. And then I'm walking here, bitch.
No,
Get the
it's
fuck
not
out my
great.
way. That's how
not only that, it's not clean. New York is not clean. Times Square is clean.
Times Square is clean. Yeah.
Call of Duty 4, Black Ops 4 had just come out. They literally had a 30 stories, bro, of like a 30 floors, 30 stories of the billboard for Black Ops 4 and stuff. And they were giving away, dude, that I saw a real life GTR, man. And I'm thinking, why? That is a real Japanese imported GTR Skyline. I could hear it. And the crowd and the traffic jams right there in Times Square. I'm like, what? That's a $200,000 car. What are you doing?
They had one at my school.
Like that?
They had one at my school.
And to New Yorkers, that's just everyday life. They navigate through that traffic all the time.
Oh, man, I've seen a lot of expensive
that.
Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces pass by New York and Times Square. It's not even funny.
All right. So breaded chicken fingers. So I made these one year for the Super Bowl.
I think you like chicken fingers a lot because this is the 5th episode.
Where chicken has been involved,
and there's been 3. No, this is the 5th episode of your show, and chicken fingers have been on here 3 times.
Well, I love buffalo wings. Oh, that's
looks
actually
good.
pretty good. Caprese on a stick. Yes. I love antipasto at the buffets.
I love
a cheese plate with the olives, and oh yeah.
I make that all the time.
Antipasta.
Yeah, no, the caprese salad. I make that all the time here.
Oh yeah, you use like fresh mozzarella.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my mom does one with the baby tomatoes and matzo balls.
Ooh.
And then she'll let the matzo balls get cold. And I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Good.
It's with a little bit of ranch. It's so good, man.
You get a little bit of sustenance with the matzo ball too. That'd be pretty good. Ooh. Okay, I'm gonna add to this 5-layer bars.
What is that?
It's a raspberry cookie bar with oatmeal. Looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, raspberry.
A 5-layer bar is, dude.
I didn't even read it, and I knew what it was. Wow, now I'm reading it. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. Well, it's like App Crisp or like
peach cobbler.
Peach cobbler. Oh man.
Oh, peach cobbler is heaven.
Yeah. Well, especially
if you get Southern peach cobbler though.
That's my favorite. If you can get it, it's hard to get, man. Even here in Missouri and St. Louis, it's very hard to get like the Southern peach cobbler. Now, don't get me wrong, our peach cobbler is great, but I don't know. Down south, they put their foot in that. I don't know how they do it, but it's so good, dude.
It's gotta be the peaches, man. Like
I bet it is, man. I bet it is because in Louisiana, that's the best peach cobbler I've ever had in my life. Was in New Orleans.
Ooh. Okay, if you don't have a pulled pork station at your your potluck, you're doing it wrong.
But you know what? I actually don't like pulled pork that much.
Man, you gotta kick him off the show, man. He's just a downer.
No.
This dude's just bringing me down, man.
Barbecue sauce.
Well, you don't have to listen. You can marinate it and make it pulled pork without having a bunch of barbecue sauce.
No. But normally, what I'm saying is like when you go to the store, they drench it in barbecue. You know?
Oh yeah, they cover up cheap
when you buy it at a restaurant. Yeah, and I'm like,
okay, so real pulled pork is so good you don't need barbecue sauce.
I know.
That's what I like
because it's the marinade. It's the marinade, and then you
the dry rub.
Yeah, and the dry rub, and now you've got all that, and you don't need all that sloppy sauce, man. People just want it because they're extra. Some
Like,
people are
have you
just
guys had
extra.
you guys had it pernil, right?
Vince is right, but it's been so long. I haven't been to the actual city in
Well, I was gonna say
a year.
you guys are close to some like real good barbecue.
Yeah,
in-
yeah. I mean, it's
in
good.
Missouri, like
Missouri's got, Kansas City's got great barbecue. Texas has great barbecue. Oklahoma has great but my favorite barbecue still is Missouri barbecue. It's always gonna be my favorite.
oh, you got some of the better sauces. I love Kansas City style barbecue sauce.
I love ribs when it comes to barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Oh,
my thing is ribs, and I told you I eat the cartilage. I love
Yeah,
the
St.
cartilage.
Louis ribs, dude. Oh my God, they
Oh yeah,
fall
and
off
I'm all
the
the different
bone,
styles.
Brian.
Yeah.
They
the
fall
baby
off the bone.
backs.
You can literally grab the bone, slide your finger down it, and there's all the meat, and throw the bone away, and you've got a pile of meat right there.
Oh,
But a
man.
lot of people from where I'm, they don't like that. You're supposed to eat it off the bone.
No, I
They'll
like
look at you
that.
crazy. They'll look at you crazy if you don't eat it off the bone. Ask Vince.
Oh, heck no.
I'm not kidding. They act like you smacked their kid or something if they see you not eating it off the bone. They're really weird.
Dude, and then not only that, but also in this picture, the barbecued corn on the cob, like
You
with
MFers are
butter
making
and
me
salt.
hungry. I think I'm gonna.
Hey man,
order
I've
something.
never had barbecue corn on the cob. That's one thing I've never had.
Amazing. It's really good with like lime seasoning and butter and
Like a
salt.
lot of the carnival food here, Brian, that you or like a lot of the carnival food. I've had a funnel. I didn't have I had a funnel cake. It cost me $10, and I was like, $10 for a funnel cake. Well, it was the size of the whole paper plate, and it was like 3 inches thick.
It
I
was
couldn't
huge.
finish. And
So
but
you
the
never
first
had
time I ever
roasted,
had
like,
a funnel cake was in 2017 at a Stone Sour concert. But I've never had a deep fried Oreo. I've never had a deep fried
Well, I've never
Snickers.
had
I've
those
never had
either.
a barbecue banana. That's a thing here. Barbecue bananas are a thing here.
We did the
Oh my God.
Twinkies and the Snickers in California at the California State Fair. I remember when they did the deep fried Twinkies. That was like
Vince,
20
what's that
20 years
place
ago.
on the west side towards Caseyville or the east side towards Caseyville that has the fish tacos? I never liked fish tacos, Brian. No, I always think fish and tacos that's a blast. But I'm telling you, man, there's a place by Caseyville where you in St. Louis going east towards East St. Louis by Caseyville, and it's got the best fish tacos I've ever had in my life. Well, they're also the only fish tacos I've ever had in my life, but that's probably why they're the best. But yeah, I ate them. And it's so good, dude. It's so good.
Elotes are fire, dude. They're so good. That's the corn with the butter and the lime. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And they got two homemade ice cream places
chili.
here, too.
Oh man.
And they put I think that Oaxaca cheese or something like that.
I think it's called Zims.
No, but like have you never had just like the like the corner of the cob like put on the barbecue? I mean it becomes crunchy and
Yeah, I've
black
had
and
that, but I've just
darkened.
never had it like barbecued before. Just like me and Brodan. Is that mac and cheese? No, it's a chicken casserole.
It's a chicken casserole.
Brodan always sends me pictures of his mom's mac and cheese, right? Because I like my mac and cheese, but I'll eat it right out of the box. The Kraft generic stuff or the homemade stuff my mom makes. And my mom will not put bacon in it.
Ooh.
She won't. And Brodan always sends me these pictures of his mom's mac and cheese, and it's like 3 layers, and the top layer is crunchy cheese with bacon in it. I get so jealous. It looks just like
I make a good mac and cheese.
I made a good mac and cheese like that before with the bacon.
I do 7 cheeses, man, on it.
Oh,
and I put barbecue, and then I put breadcrumbs in. Oh yeah. My mac and cheese.
7
slams
cheeses is
during
too much,
Thanksgiving.
Krypton. What are you trying to do? You're gonna lock us up, man. You're gonna lock us up.
No,
bro.
but I do
We're
it for
gonna sit
Thanksgiving,
a
though.
month.
gonna stop you up real good. Well, dude, that's one of the other things about potlucks is the different kinds of casseroles. I mean, this is King Ranch chicken. Which, if it's got corn in it, that's weird.
Why do they call it a potluck? Anybody know?
I never understood that. We probably when we're done here, we'll look up the entomology.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just because it's like a big picnic, indoor
Basically.
picnic, and
Yeah.
everybody brings something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And maybe that's what, like which lucky? Which one's lucky?
I think
Which
they
one of
call
these
it
pots is
potluck
lucky?
because people don't know how to cook, so it's lucky you're gonna eat something from a pot, and you don't know what you're gonna eat. So that's probably why they call it a potluck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Rolling
And
the
I think
dice.
and I think it's just because it's winter that me and Brian have talked so much about barbecue lately, because you can't over barbecue yourself. You can get burnt out on barbecue if you do it too much.
Oh, sure.
But if you haven't had it in a while, you're gonna want it like every weekend for a couple months. Like you're not, you're just gonna want
Let
like,
me-
oh wait,
let
this
me
weekend
ask
we're
you
doing
guys a
brats.
question. What
Next
kind-
weekend we're doing burgers. Then we're doing ribs. Then we're doing pulled pork. Then we're doing a brisket. You know, like
Yeah, and then we're not doing barbecue for another 6 months.
yeah, and then we're not even thinking about barbecue because we've got so much red meat locked up inside of us.
What do you guys like? The white meat or the dark meat when you do barbecue chicken?
I don't know, man. The dark meat is always so much more. It's just so much better. But the
I know,
white
I
meat,
love
if
it.
you do
That's
it
my
right,
favorite.
if you do
Yeah,
the
white
white
meat
meat
if it's
right,
done right. Yeah.
yeah, it's really good.
It's really easy to dry out breasts. Like
Yeah,
chicken breasts are really easy to dry out.
like it's
Legs
the
and
chicken wing
thighs
and the
though
legs for
is where
me.
it's at. Legs and thighs are where it's at.
Yeah,
But no, like tuna casserole. I've had some tuna casseroles that are pretty damn good. My mom used to take those to potlucks. That was good. What is it? Tamale pie.
That's something I would smash. Yeah, that sounds good to me. The tuna casserole, I just can't. I can't do tuna hot for some reason.
Yeah, but my
I
dad
don't know
it's
why.
the peas. My dad doesn't like the peas in it.
Oh, that I love the peas. I always thought tuna tasted weird warm.
Yeah, canned tuna, yes. Fresh
You know.
tuna, no. Fresh tuna
you
tastes
see,
really good.
I can't eat, and you know what? You know what's the worst thing for me is like anything that's supposed to be a salad, like tomatoes and lettuce cooked. I I
Yeah,
like
I don't like
the
hot
texture on
lettuce.
it.
No, nobody who likes. I can't think of any. That's
Dude,
like the biggest complaint in the
burritos
world. If
with
you don't
lettuce
have,
in it. No, thank
yeah,
you.
that's why you put the lettuce and the tomatoes on last when you make your taco, man, or you put it on right away and
Yeah,
you
you
get
don't
into it.
you know you wait.
You don't let it;
Yeah,
it'll
it's
wilt.
like
Nobody likes
so like on
wilted.
a sandwich, or like even like you know when you. I mean, this is a guilty pleasure, but I love McChickens, right? But McChickens from
Oh, the sandwich.
McDonald's.
Yeah, those are good. The little dollar
Those are good,
millionaire.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
man.
hate when the lettuce melts into the food.
I agree. The mayo doesn't help. No, I work at a sandwich shop. So like when somebody asks for a cheesesteak and they're like, "Oh, can I get that Mike's way?" I'm like, dude, the cheesesteak is already gonna make the bun soggy or the bread soggy. You know, my beautiful bread that I make in the morning, and I'm really good at it. I'm gonna have to post pictures just because it's that pretty.
My favorite
But
kind is the sweet Italian. That's my
they'll
favorite
ask.
kind of bread.
This is Jersey Mike's, so they'll ask for it Mike's way, and Mike's way is onions, lettuce, tomato, juices, and spices. Okay, that's oil and vinegar. You're adding more fluid to a hot sandwich with lettuce and tomato.
Oh, I
It's already
hate
gonna
that.
make your. So yeah, you want to eat it with a fork. You're not even gonna be able to hold the
I
bread by
just,
the time it's over.
I kind of just, I don't say anything to the customer, but sometimes I cock my head. I'm like, are you sure?
Oh, I
Really?
hate soggy bread. You don't even know, dude. Like when I go to when I go to like these places like fast food places, because I don't like wet shit on my burgers
Well, it's like anytime you order a sandwich
or my
delivered.
sandwiches. Yeah,
I don't like soggy bread. I like really soft bread, real moist
Yeah.
bread.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
I don't like soggy
like
bread.
the only soggy bread that I will eat is because it's supposed to be soggy is like French dip. You know,
What do
because
you mean not picking
I'm
up the
making it
stream?
soggy on purpose
What are you talking
because of
about,
the
Demo?
object. What?
I can see the stream fine, and I'm watching it on my computer and on my
Yeah.
Xbox. The
Stream's
stream
going
looks
fine.
fine to me.
Yeah, I said the only thing, but like I don't like on my burgers when I go to like Burger King or McDonald's. I'm like no sauce. I just want the lettuce and
No
cheese.
what? No
The
what?
tomatoes. I'm good.
No wait. No what?
No sauce. No water. I don't want nothing watered down.
I
No
love that,
ketchup.
dude.
I don't want no fucking sauce
I don't want no
on my
fucking sauce.
fucking bread. You
No
heard me over
ketchup.
here.
No mayonnaise. No mustard.
Well,
Nothing.
okay,
I'm
French dip is
85%
different.
Italian. How is he? Literally, I've done the whole 23andMe. I'm 85% Italian and
Hey, Silent, what's up, man?
and 15% Cuban. How has he got a thicker Italian accent than me?
Because
the
I'm from New
hell?
York. That's why. Well, I mean, I have Italian. You know, I'm 7.5 Italian, so I think it's.
Well, you know,
That's
the
why.
Chicago, the Midwest Italian accent's different from the New York.
Yeah.
You know, like people are like, "Oh, Goodfellas, man, those
Oh,
are
believe
great,
me,
those are great New
I've
York."
been
No,
made.
those are Chicago accents.
Yo,
Godfather
Chris,
is
I've
New
been
York.
made I've been in fun for like 20. Well, I'm 45. Like for like 35 years, they've been making fun of my accent. Oh, when I went to college. Oh my God, that was the worst.
Okay, you know,
I went to college in Utah, dude, and it was like every time I talked, they were like, "What the fuck are you saying?"
Brian, we've all seen, I hope, Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
The scene where the wolf shows up. So I'm led to believe that if your wife shows up, she wouldn't appreciate it on too much. Remember when the wolf shows up and they're trying to get rid of the body? Okay, Harvey Keitel does the perfect Chicago. That's Chicago Italian right there. Even though he's not Italian, he does it perfect, dude. But listen, Krypton's got a better Italian accent than I do, and I'm friggin' Italian, man. Like, I don't get it. I'm like,
a good one.
People give me the whole, yeah, Chris, you sound like Joe Pesci though, because I got the high voice. But whatever, and I got a little bit of a lisp, but whatever.
No, dude, French dips are my exception. I love French dips. As long as it's not wet before you dip it in the au jus, you're good.
What's he mean? Yeah, but what? Is there a cuisine where you put bread in the French dip?
Well, they have restaurants where they actually take the whole sandwich and dip it in the au jus.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, the French dip.
Yeah, man. I've never been a fan of that, dude.
That's the only bread that I like to get wet. It's a French dip.
There you go.
Yeah, but Vince, I was born and raised in Chicago. I didn't come to St. Louis until many, many years later. After a couple, I did a little bit of time, and then I went to college. My life's been pretty eventful, and for the most part, I still have my Chicago accent. Although the St. Louis is starting to seep in, man. Like instead of saying we got to go down by the creek, I'll be like, yeah, the creek, man.
The creek. I love that, dude. Macaroni salad. Okay, that's another one of my favorites.
How do I make a homemade macaroni salad that's so good? I make one with peas and one without.
And
I make
but
one
do you
with
like
tuna,
it with
one without
meat in it? So.
Yeah, of course I put meat in it.
Oh, ham, little chunks of ham in there.
Yeah, little chunks of ham
in there, or white chicken.
Oh yeah,
marinated white chicken breast. Anthony Beltray.
It's trash. No,
it's trash.
Macaroni salad is not trash. It is the opposite of trash. It is delicious. Oh.
I need to figure out a way to incorporate a meal with
that black
Dark
beans.
Knight Rises.
This is Boston baked beans.
Ugh, I hate that. I hate it.
I thought that. Well, maybe there's a candy called Boston baked beans too.
No, these are basically.
You got to remember, I'm Latino, right? So I've been eating beans all my life.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
I'm on.
And when I freaking show up to school, when I was like 5 or 6 years old, when I went to high, and they had beans, I'm like, oh my god, beans! And they were candied beans. I'm like, what the hell, dude? I've hated them ever since I was 5 years old. I'm like, this tastes like crap because it's all sugar.
Rusa and frijoles and everything.
Well, if you've had pork and beans, right? Like Van Camp's pork and beans.
Yeah, but we don't. But yeah, we don't make it. We don't make it sugary.
No, it's just flat out.
Yeah,
beans,
when we put,
you just take them out the can.
We put pieces of pork in the beans, but the beans are like.
Brian, the beans you got to let sit out all day in the water before you cook them the next day.
Oh, yeah.
That's the kind of beans he's talking about, like flat out red beans.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm just like, what we do is we take like the Van Camp's pork and beans, and we'll put brown sugar, ketchup, mustard, and bacon.
But how do you eat that with the rice though?
No, there's no rice. It's just baked beans, dude. This is like picnic food for me, man. Pork and beans, man.
I like Bush's better.
Cut up some. Yeah, Bush's baked beans is actually the one we use.
I mean, they're okay, but
cut up hot dog and put it in there. Like that's what we used to do when I was a kid. We had baked bean with hot dog, sausage in there,
or a ham hock. You put a ham hock in there.
A ham hock in there, like a ham hock and beans. That's one of my dad's.
Dude, after your stream is done, I'm gonna order.
I don't know shit about a ham hock, man. I don't know shit about ham. I mean, my mom probably would. I don't know shit about.
Well, we'll do it after like after Christmas or something. He'll take the shank of the ham.
Krypton, have you ever had morcilla?
Boiled.
Claro que sí. Of course.
Bro, my mom makes one. Have we talked about? My mom makes one, and you'd think it's so gross.
I think it's so good.
My mama makes the best pig blood you've ever tasted.
Yeah,
the rice
Brian,
and
you
the
gotta
peppers.
eat it though.
Oh, it's really cool how it congeals and stuff. I've seen
it congeals, and the thing is that they season the blood, so it tastes like it just turns into a different, because it
Like
turns
chewy
in.
bacon. It tastes like chewy bacon.
It
That's
tastes
what
like chewy bacon.
Yeah, and it's at the
Because
end of
it's
the
about the
sausage. It's so
seasoning.
good. Yeah.
Ooh.
Do
And
you
what's
guys
the
call it
difference
the same
between blood
thing?
and meat?
Do
There's no
Dominicans
difference.
call it? The family I stayed with when I was in New York, they were Dominican and Puerto Rican, and Ernesto, he was like really big into Dominican food, and I should have asked him because I don't know if they call it the same thing. My mom's
Yeah, we call it
Cuban.
morcilla también.
Okay.
We call it morcilla too.
Sopapilla
What is this?
cheesecake dessert. I don't know, but I imagine it's a sopapilla filled with cheesecake. That sounds amazing.
That's another thing I've never had. You guys ready? Wait for it. Grew up in Chicago. I've had tortas, tons of tortas. Never once in my life have I had a churro. I don't know what a churro tastes like. Never had one.
They're pretty good.
I don't know how to explain it though. Perfection.
Yeah,
I heard it's like a doughy cinnamon stick, right?
basically, that's what it
so
is.
to me,
It's like it's like crispy. It's a cinnamon crisp. It's a cinnamon crispy stick,
But it's
and it's
chewy
hard.
on the inside.
It's a hard shell, and then it's gooey in the middle.
See that?
And they
makes
have
me
It
some
want
melts
that-
in
one.
your mouth.
They have some that are like filled with like cream
Yeah.
cheese. It's like sweet
Yeah.
cream cheese. Oh man, we got a place in town, a regional place. It's like it's called Jim Boy's Tacos, and they have some of the best churros.
Man, I'll bet Nevada has good food, man, because it's
Oh, they
such a
do.
smelting pot of culture. There's so many different.
It really is. I mean,
It's like
there's
Chicago. Chicago has so much good food, man. So does
well,
New York, man.
that's what I like about the entire state of California. I mean, say what you want, but like the melting pot aspect of that entire state,
Heck yeah, dude.
it's got everything. I mean,
Have you ever heard of barbecued baked spaghetti?
no, but that sounds amazing.
It's a thing. It's a thing in Chicago, and it cuts like cake. You cut it like lasagna, but it's baked spaghetti with barbecue sauce and pork in it.
You make really good beignets. Oh man,
I don't think I know what a beignet is.
A beignet is just it's frozen. What is it?
It's like a pastry shell with.
It's a pastry shell. Yeah, it's
cream.
fried dough
Yeah,
with sugar.
Like a cannoli?
It's fried. It's in Louisiana. It's fried dough
Kinda, yeah.
with like cinnamon sugar,
it's
and
French.
then you dip it in chocolate sauce.
Oh man,
It's so good.
Like that's
But I don't
good.
eat that much sugar though. So
I don't either. But when you go to the cannoli stand in Chicago, it looks hard. You watch them fry it, but the flakes just melt in your mouth. It's
one of my
incredible.
favorite meals that I've ever had in my life was in New York City. So we were in 23rd and like 8th or something like that, and it was one of my best friends' wedding, and so we had the rehearsal dinner before before the day
23rd
before,
and
right?
8th. So you were right by the river.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we went to this Italian restaurant, and it was like a group of us. There was like 50 of us. It was their rehearsal dinner, so we eating there, and they had this short rib, the short rib with a risotto and polenta. And I'm like,
Risotto.
take me home to heaven, Jesus Christ is the best. You can kill me right now because it's the
Risotto's
best thing.
So good.
I
bro.
mean that meat, the way it cut, like I could cut it with a spoon. It was so good. Yeah.
all right.
Oh wow! It just
I gotta
the
stop,
news just broke, guys. Scott Hall did pass.
I saw that, and honestly, I think that's what we'll discuss that a little bit while we wrap this up today, because we're rounding in on the second hour. So
We're doing good, man. This is a great show. This is my
successfully
favorite-
made myself hungry.
Yes,
so-
we always do. This is my
Yeah.
favorite. This is
Dude,
my
I'm
favorite day
ordering
of the
some
week.
barbecue after this shit.
Oh, I love it. Go get some barbecue. Get some good food today, guys. Honestly, like
I wonder if Max is gonna stream. I love streaming with Max, but God, I just can't talk anymore about. There's so much news that happened today. If I got to talk about Ben Affleck one more time, there's so much that happened today. Did you know that Darth Maul was supposed to be in the Kenobi series and they cut his parts out?
what
Yeah, there's all sorts of news breaking today. I am pissed.
bastards.
But I tell you, man, Scott Hall passing. He
Did he
went in for
pass?
hip surgery, bro. He went in for hip surgery. How messed up did he's had demons though. He's done bad shit to his body over the years, man.
Dude, he he's gone through hell and back. I mean, there was a point in time. If you have you seen the documentary that
But
DDP
how old
made?
is he? He was in his 60s though, right?
You're
Yeah,
63. You
yeah.
know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
But
Dude,
like
he's
because
an icon. He
no
walked
no
in
my
both
shocking
worlds.
my most shocking death in WWE history. And remember, he was so young. Was well, I mean, besides Owen Hart, because that was an accident. Was Ravishing Rick Rude? Remember him?
Yeah. The one that hit me the hardest, there's one I don't talk about because who knew he was a monster, even though he was a great performer. I think CTE is what made him do what he did to his family. I'll always think that. But Eddie,
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking
Eddie's the
about.
one that hit me, man. Eddie had me like for real in my feels. Like, wow, bro, that's crazy. These guys go out there and they put their life on the line, but they have to do steroids and painkillers. And I know what
Mm-hmm.
painkillers would do to you.
Yeah.
They thin up all your arteries. They mess with your. I mean, it's just horrible to see that shit happen. But to know that Scott Hall, man, dude, I wonder. And tonight's Monday Night Raw. I wonder if they'll do anything for him. You know they will. You
Yeah.
know
I'm
they
sure
will.
they will. Well, if you watch the resurrection of Jake the Snake Roberts documentary,
Is that one of the document? I think I have watched that. He talked about his dad a lot in that one. His dad was an evil, bro.
well, yeah, his dad was a Bear Smith or something like that, Grizzly Smith, and yeah, he was
Straight up
terrible.
predator, bro.
Yeah,
Predator.
yeah,
Horrible
predator.
person, man.
But no, Scott Hall's on there too. They
Why
get
don't I
Scott
remember that?
Hall.
Because I know I've seen that. That's the Dark Side of the Ring, right?
That part of it, but no, he actually lives at DDP's house, and he does DDP yoga. And
Who? Jake the Snake?
Jake the Snake and Scott Hall. Scott
Oh
Hall.
yeah, that's who got. Dude,
He came in. He came in a wheelchair. Yeah.
DDP is the one that's gotten everybody back in shape with that yoga stuff, and everybody made fun of him, man. And now he's like a gazillionaire because
DDP yoga is where it's at, dude.
Oh,
Like,
you talking about Diamond Dallas Page?
yeah, man.
I always
Dallas
loved
Page,
him.
That guy has saved a lot of lives, man.
Yeah.
a lot of lives.
He
man.
got David. He got David. What's his name? That was married to Courtney Cox. What's the
David
screen guy?
Arquette. Yeah.
He got David Arquette off the drugs. David
Yes, he
Arquette
did.
was on heroin and painkillers, and
Same
DDP's
thing.
the one that
Same
saved
thing with
his
Jake.
life.
Same thing with Jake the Snake. Same
Got
thing
him
with
off crack.
Scott Hall. He got Scott Hall off of the drinking, dude. Scott Hall came in a wheelchair, bro. Like he was messed up. He couldn't even walk, and that yoga got him walking again to where he was able to go out at WrestleMania.
That's crazy.
Oh, that's right. DX versus NWO.
Yeah,
One of the best bits ever in UFC, or not UFC, in WWE.
he was wheelchair bound for like 2 years before that, man. Because of all the drinking. Like, dude, he drank like a fish drink water. Like,
Yeah. You know, he would turn up a fifth vodka in the morning just to get right. Yeah. He was bad.
nah. So I mean, like, rest in peace, Scott. I mean, you're on to better, greener pastures, my man. Like,
He was
the
such an icon.
diamond stud. You know, like
that dude was a total. Like he
was so good. You know,
he
even
took
though
the Scarface
his
angle and he
character
made
was
it work
kind of
for
like,
him.
you know, kind of racy.
So good, bro. He walked in
loved
both
him 'cause
worlds, man.
He was playing
walked in
a
both
Latino, and I was like, I'm Latino too.
but he's not Latino. I think he's from like Minnesota or something like that.
Hey yo, he's Greek and something else.
He was like, he was a Latino, but he looked the part. So I'm like, okay, I'm good. He looked the part. But it was like he was my he was my favorite character growing up because it's like, you know, to have that representation when you're young. We didn't have that, you know. We had
Gigante Hernandez or whatever,
and we had Duck Dog, but like I think he was like the biggest, like the first, and you know, and Jesse Venturello, as long as he had it, but he was Italian, and then we had Ricky the Dragon, right? But he was like Filipino or something.
He was Hawaiian.
Ricky's Hawaiian, Polynesian.
Yeah, but we didn't have like that Puerto Rican guy. Even though Scott wasn't Puerto Rican, but he looked like he was Puerto Rican.
The gold chain, the vest, dude. The guy was on top. The Razor's Edge finisher.
Yeah.
The first ever ladder match.
Oh, with him.
The first ever ladder match with him and my favorite wrestler of all time,
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn's my favorite, dude.
Oh, you like Shawn Michaels? I love Shawn Michaels.
Shawn was an asshole for a long time, but
I remember
he carried that company, bro. He carried it.
I remember when he betrayed, what was it, Jeff Girardi?
Oh,
Am I
Marty
saying this
Jannetty.
right?
Marty Jannetty, yeah.
Super kicked
Margie
him and threw him
Jannetty.
through the
Yeah, when he did
barbershop
in
window,
the Rockers.
bro.
I remember the Rockers. I remember that part. I watched that live, and I'm like, no.
I remember
The
that was like the
Rockers
first
were
big
like
heel
yeah.
turn. That and Under the Giant was like the first big heel turn. I was such a kid. I saw that shit live on a Saturday morning. And I went, "No, Sean, what are you doing? You're the Rockers." I was mad as shit.
You're friends. I watched you on AWA.
And I really thought Marty was going to be the one to get the push, but Sean was just so much better than everybody. He's still better than everybody. The only one that comes close to Sean would be, well, there's a few, like Jericho comes close, Ziggler comes close, but the only one that really is, like, if you were going to say the next Sean, AJ.
Yeah.
AJ's the
Styles?
only one that does what Sean does, man. You know, Kofi's good, and I love Shelton Benjamin. Those are two amazing guys.
I don't know any of these wrestlers because I'm like,
they were
stopped
Shelton
watching.
Benjamin and Kofi Kingston are black wrestlers that are they're if you were going to say like there's
Oh,
a black,
they're part of the New Day.
Is it Kofi Kingston? I know who he is because he was
Kofi,
back in the
and
day.
then Shelton was part of the greatest tag team in the world or something like that. Him and
Oh,
Charlie
no.
Haas, and Shelton was amazing, but he was
Do you guys remember
Coco
Coco Beware?
Yeah, of course we remember with the bird. Come on, man.
He
How
used to have
old
that
are you,
pirate
bro?
coming in, dude.
You're aging
So
me because
freaking
that's what I
awesome.
watched as a kid.
The the rock and wrestling.
I remember
Dude.
Big John Studd and Iron Mike Sharp and Dino
Dude,
Bravo. I mean, I
freaking
grew
the
up
Iron
on that.
Sheik.
Hulk Hogan, Randy. That's what I grew up on.
Yeah. But the Iron Sheik, I remember that whole thing.
I hated him.
Oh, Sergeant Slaughter when he became heel after when he
Yeah,
had
and
Iraq
Sergeant
War.
was
Remember
so
that?
to me. He was already cringe to me growing up as a kid. I didn't like him. I did get the G.I. Joe figure of him though because I wanted that, you know. But
I remember that growing up, like, this motherfucker. How can you know, and me like thinking this shit was real?
Raya,
like, that son
you
of a
missed
bitch.
the food portion, Raya. The food looks so amazing.
We had a good time talking about potluck favorites, Rhea. We missed you. It was good. But thank you for coming. Yes.
Hey, Raya.
Raya be making her rounds.
Smash that like button, everybody.
She supports everybody in this damn community. She'll jump in every stream.
Absolutely. And that's why.
Hey, Raya,
Dude.
when you talk, can you invite me to your stream whenever you talk about Final Fantasy?
Never played one of them. But you know what's crazy? I got about 5 Final Fantasy books next to me.
I've only played one.
The go-through manuals. I don't know anything
No,
about.
I played all of them. I think I didn't play all of them because
I'm starting to think Krypton's my age or older.
I'm older. No, I'm older than you. I think
I'm 47.
Oh no, you older.
But look at that picture.
I'm 44. But
look at that picture. Give me the full screen. Give me the full screen.
That's young. That's young. Hang on.
Give me the full screen.
Yeah, I'm turning 45. And
look at that picture. That's last year up against the oak tree in my driveway.
There you
Do
go.
I look 47? I do not look 47.
Well, I'm fat, so I will never look my age.
I'm a little chubby.
I'm never look. I look.
When I figured at 47, I've earned it. You know, I've earned it, man.
I never get wrinkles when you're fat.
I never smoked cigarettes, so like when I shave, I get like the baby face thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm almost 40.
Me too.
So I'm like,
no, you leave the goatee, Brian. That's you, man.
Oh, I keep this. This is.
I do like it.
And I still have all
I
my.
like it better when you wear your contacts, though, man. I like it better when you.
I don't wear contacts. I just take my glasses off.
And you should have the hat backwards.
Not this one. It's a snapback. I like the fitted ones.
Are you bullheaded, Brian?
Going.
Yeah,
I still think you get like a spike or something going. My hair's growing long. It's down on my shoulders now. I'll probably cut it again.
Yeah, and the problem with me is that I have like in between straight and curly hair because I'm like biracial, so I'm half black and white. So my hair doesn't die down; it goes straight up. So I always look like Krusty the motherfucking clown. Like I have that freaking peak that we don't. Yeah.
Oh no! Just shave it. You know who's getting one of those? You wouldn't. When I went and saw Stone Sour, right? Before I saw Slipknot. Now you know they're the same person, right, Brian? It's the same guy.
Oh yeah.
It's Corey. But Corey came out and he looked like the guy from I'm a fire starter.
Prodigy.
He looked like that dude. He looked like but when he started sweating, his hair would hang down and you couldn't even see the bald spot. Well, when he had it all pushed back, He literally looked like that dude from Prodigy. I had no idea Corey was going bald. And then I looked back and I was like, wait a minute, Slipknot hit the scene in 99. No wonder these guys have been around like 25 years.
Yeah. That could do it.
See, that's what it is. It's like when my hair is wet, it goes down, right? But when it's dry, it spikes up like freaking. Literally, it's like I'm like, hey little kids, like
Just
Krusty.
keep. Oh my, Krusty. Listen, keep the goatee, Brian, because you saw how everybody reacted when I shaved. Everybody was like, Chris, what did you do? I can't get. Enosh was like, I can't get used to it, Chris. I can't get used to you not having hair on your face.
No, I actually got the approval that this is okay at work. So I'm like, because during mask time, nobody cared. So now that we're not wearing the masks anymore, I was like, do I have to shave? And they're like, no, as long as you keep it short. I'm like, oh, awesome. Heck yeah.
What are you going to eat, Brian? Tell us what you're going to eat before you bounce out of here. I know you're trying to end the show, and we keep stopping you, but what are you going to have?
All right. Okay, so I was driving by Taco Bell, and I normally cannot stand Taco Bell at all. But nacho fries are back.
Oh, there you go. Five or six of those, bro. That's a meal.
Oh, hell yeah. I want the Nacho Bel Grande, but with the French fries.
I like the little chicken fries they did there for a while, too. Those weren't bad, man.
Oh, yeah. The chicken nacho chips.
Yeah, them were good, too, man.
No, you know what I'm waiting for? Because they only had it like for a week. Is them chicken wings. I heard they were slamming.
That's what I heard.
Like I never been a wing guy, man. And everyone's like,
"This is the best," because it was like coated with freaking the.
It had like a nacho cheese,
like the nacho cheese, the crunch.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
can you get it delivered, or do you got to go out and get it?
They only had it for a week. It was a promotion for a week.
I probably have to go out and get it. It's like probably about 10 minutes down, like on foot, 10 minutes down the road. It's
carne asada fries. Ray is talking about carne asada fries. I've never heard of taqueras.
Oh, from taquerias. It's
my Spanish.
It's basically it's just a hole in what I say. It's not a hole in the wall, but it's a little mom and pop Mexican restaurant.
We've got one called Mexican Villa in Springfield.
The best burrito is the machaca burrito, and Brian, you know what I'm talking about with machaca.
Is that?
It's like the one that's the breakfast one.
I do like burnt ends, man. So
yeah, I think it has. I remember eating this about 25 years ago in Arizona. Machaca. It had eggs, chorizo.
Ooh.
I know it had onions, chorizo, onions, and rice. I think it was like rice, but it was the.
That's it. You just literally said chorizo con huevos. That's all you said. It's the same shit.
Chorizo con huevo, y tenía cebolla y tenía peppers. Yo creo
the peppers, I can see the peppers in it with the onions though.
Yeah, like it had the onions and peppers, and it had the chorizo con huevo, and it had some cheese and some rice in it, dude. And it was like I would eat this like not even in the morning time. It was like morning, afternoon.
Dude, breakfast for dinner is the shit. Don't give Brian ideas. He already said he wanted Taco Bell. Now he's thinking
for dinner is really good.
Now he's thinking biscuits and gravy and some sausage.
and remember those spots? They were called Filibertos, Gilbertos. Remember those little Mexican pop-ups that came out? I don't know if they had them in California, but I know in Arizona, I was living there like 20 years ago. They had Filibertos, and that's where you went to get your burritos, dude. It was freaking awesome.
Oh, yeah, I like enchilada style burritos. The burrito.
That's burrito.
That's my favorite thing, man. Enchilada style burritos are my favorite.
The ranchero sauce.
But did you guys actually went to like a real taqueria where they gave you actually like?
I've been to a bunch.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, in Chicago, I grew up. You listen, if you went to the tamale stand, they gave you the cornstalk with it. You got the corn. They would make the real ones. Krypton, you got to use the corn. Yeah, and you got to use the cornstalk to like, hold it. Oh yeah, a real.
I'm
tamale,
talking about
man.
like the insides, the food, the whole pig. The insides of the pig with kidneys.
Where they start using like not your traditional fare when it comes to meat.
And
that's why Made Right's so good.
I've seen like lingua or
lingua.
Brain,
Google, hey, listen,
lingua.
Robert, before you leave, real quick, Google MAIDRITE, Made Right. That's how you spell it.
I think I know what that is.
There's only a couple of them in the United States.
There was one with it was tripas. Tripas is like the intestines, right?
And tell me what locations show up for Made Right.
Loose meat sandwiches.
Yes, that's what they are, but they're made with organ meat. That's why they taste different. They give you the heart, the liver, the kidney, all of it mixed in with the beef. And they own the actual one called Made Right. There's only a few of them in the entire United States.
All right, we're gonna look at this really quick, and then we're gonna wrap her up.
Oh, you
Let's
talked
see.
about me right before.
Here we go. Iowa.
It's all Midwest, baby. Wait till you get to Illinois. Where's Illinois?
Iowa, Illinois.
You see one? You see one called Quincy?
Quincy.
There you go.
This one right here.
I got to drive an hour and a half to get there, but I do it for a Made Right. I will drive an hour and a half for a Made Right. I don't care. I'll go right through I'll go right through Columbia, right through Hannibal, and into Quincy and get it Made Right because they taste different. They're made different from all the other loose meat places. It's not a sloppy Joe. This meat is different because they use organ meat and a special like sauce or a rub they put in it that no one. I don't know, man. You just have to taste it. But
Have
there's so
you
few of them.
traveled? What's the longest you traveled for actual food?
I drove for actual just for food.
No, for food that you know it was good. Okay, because you probably want.
I mean, it wasn't the entire reason
you
I
saw
was
diners,
there.
drivers. You saw that diners, drivers, and dives.
Gulfport,
And
Mississippi.
you're like, I can make it there. What
Gulfport,
was the
Mississippi.
longest?
From St. Louis to Gulfport, I went there just for food. That was a pretty long drive. That was a long drive. We had to stay in a hotel.
I drove across the state of California,
and it was for gumbo.
Sandwich.
And it was for gumbo, Brian. I traveled that far for gumbo.
But that's gumbo though. That's
but they got what's the other thing with the rice?
Chorizo and eggs is fantastic. Oh, jambalaya.
Jambalaya. I went there for jambalaya and gumbo in Mississippi, and I wasn't gonna drive all the way to New Orleans.
Well, I can't eat jambalaya because it has shellfish. But gumbo, I love gumbo.
You can request what you want in it, though. You can have other things put in it if you don't.
No,
want
because
they make
it with they make the jambalaya with shrimp and all that for the sauce and all that. I can't eat it because I'm allergic.
That's the
I like the andouille sausage is really good.
Yeah, so like I eat it with gumbo. They don't do it with that. Normally when they make gumbo, they make it with chicken and sausage.
See, Vince knows you can have, but
and
Vince knows how long that drive is. That's a long ass drive, bro. It took me a minute. There's a bridge, dude. I'm not even joking, dude. It's sorry for another time, but there's a 50-mile bridge, and it's called the 50-mile bridge, and it's in Louisiana. I went across that for food one time too when I was doing when Katrina hit. I went down there and did a lot.
I remember that. I remember when Katrina hit.
I went down there and did a lot of charity work while I was down there, man. There was entire I'm not even kidding, Brian. Tankers, big ass Exxon oil sized tanker ships, were on the freeway, just sitting on the freeway from the flood.
Oh wow!
Giant houseboats. It was nuts. But I drove across the 50-mile bridge. Those are the two longest I've ever went. I went, but Gulfport was a long drive for jambalaya and gumbo. And I was probably really high, they were probably like,
of course,
sure you want to go? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, you know how you are when you're high.
Man.
Like, we can make it. Fuck it. 17 hours.
Let's go,
we got this, bro.
Yeah, so this good is good.
Bring the bag.
All right. I'm going to let you get out of here.
Let's
Brian.
get out of here. Let's wrap this up. Oh my goodness, we had a lot of fun this
before
week.
we wrap it up, have you gone to Orlando to Disney?
No.
You guys never been to Walt Disney World at all?
I've been to Disneyland in LA.
Oh yeah, let me tell you. There in the Animal Kingdom, I think it's called Zuma. There's an African restaurant.
Cheetah Burger.
I took my whole family there. And it's an African restaurant, and it was like a serve your own self. What's that called? A buffet.
A buffet.
The best food I've ever tasted in my entire life.
Was it Disneyland?
Yeah, it was Disney World, Walt Disney World.
Probably know why it was the best. Probably because they made you pay.
Oh my!
You had to trick your mind into believing it was the best you ever had.
Holy crap!
Because you paid $900.
We were all crying. It was so good.
$900.
No, because dude, I'm not stupid. I freaking did the whole.
Dude, I'm not stupid.
I mean, I spent like I spent that time like $6,000, but there was like it was 6 G's for 8 people, and it was like with tickets and
Okay, that's
hotel and
actually a good
everything. It was
deal.
like 6
Yeah.
G's it cost me.
Brian, listen, I know you're thinking Taco Bell, fingers, ooh, yummy, French fries. But man, dude,
I gotta do something different. I mean,
2 or 3 big fat ass buttermilk biscuits with gravy on them and some
sounds so
sausage
good.
links. Bro.
All right, I'm gonna
Unless
go.
you
I'm
gotta
gonna go to the
make it.
store.
Oh, you're gonna make it? All right, I'm gonna get out of here and let you
Damn
cook
right,
it.
from scratch, baby. Flour,
Y'all be
water, and
good.
milk. Oh,
Be
oh
good.
God,
Be
yeah.
good. Be
All right,
good. I'll
take it
talk
easy,
about
I'll
your
guys.
see you
deal
guys.
later.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. This was a great stream.
Yeah, have a
Brian,
good.
I
Thank you
freaking
for
love you,
coming, man.
man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah. No
See ya.
problem. All right, later, bud. All right. That being said, let's end this on the right note here. Just be good to each other. Have a good week. One of the reasons why I wanted to bring up potlucks is because I feel like that's something like we should all do. You know, we should all bring something to the table, sit down and eat, have some good conversations, and it'll be better for it. So, anyways, that being said, make sure you check out some other stuff. Hopefully, Enosh is doing the main show tonight. Should be kind of fun. I'll be there. So, yeah, have a good one. We'll see you later. Peace.